There's this weird conception. I've heard so many people talk about it. I want to debunk it, where some people think that there's a limit of passports that you can have. So a lot of people have talked about this. They've said something like, "Oh yeah, my mom's like Mexican and my dad's American, but like I've already got like an Australian and an American passport, and so if I ask for the Mexican, like it's not allowed because you can only have two." Mate, there's no country where they allow you to have two passports, but not three or four or five. Like they either don't allow it or they allow as many as you want. The idea that the idea that you would have a particular limit set by the country, like yeah, you can have two more passports, but three, nah, that's way too much. Yeah, it just isn't true. Obviously, some countries they allow you to have double citizenship in certain situations. So, like for example, normally Austria doesn't allow dual citizenship, but if you were born with another citizenship, you can just keep this other citizenship as well. But for example, if you're naturalized as Austrian, then you have to renounce all other citizenships. There's many countries. Each country has their own rule, but this idea of like, yeah, there, you can only have two passports, or oh, you can only have three passports. Like that's crazy. Like you can have as many passports as you want, as long as each individual passport that you have allows you to have other passports. And the idea that there would be a law in any given country that allows you to have two passports under any condition, but doesn't allow you to have like three passports under any condition. It's like it's sort of silly, it's sort of stupid, and it doesn't exist. So legally, how many citizenships can you have? You can have as many citizenships as you would like, but should you? And I think on the YouTube space lately, I talk a lot about passports, and obviously it's a fun theme, especially if you travel, like to see the clear privilege that comes attached with a passport. For example, I'm not Australian. I live in Australia right now. If I were Australian, I'd be paying less taxes. I wouldn't have to be to pay for a visa to stay here. I wouldn't have to leave in June like I will have to. So like being Australian in that sense for my current situation would be objectively better than being whatever I am, or being anything else virtually. And then you talk to people from third world countries and you realize how difficult it is for them to travel. Like I was talking to a girl from Belarus just now, and she said she's been trying to get a visa for Schengen, for Poland specifically, I think, for the last 4 months, and she couldn't because so many people were applying. And like, imagine that being your life. Imagine you're not being able to just get your travel document and just going wherever you want. And so the fact is, passports are a very powerful thing. They give you much, much more than just oh, I can live here, or oh, I can travel to X amount of places, but they actually do give you certain economic and structural privileges, and having more than one is almost always going to be a benefit. But now getting away from a benefits kind of vibe and going into a identity conversation, do you really want to have 5 passports? Like, do you want your kids to have 5 passports? Like, obviously, I've moved around a lot, and I've lived in many different places, and I've traveled to many different places, and I have more than one passport, and I don't even have that many. I only have 2, but like it's already sort of an identity crisis where like your story isn't as simple as oh, I'm American or oh, I'm Canadian. It's like just a whole hour-long explanation about, oh, my dad is actually from this place, and then my mom is from actually this place, and then what happened is I lived in this place when I was young, and then what happened is now I'm in this place because of this. Like, it's just such a hassle, and this goes on to show that a passport isn't just a passport. It isn't just a, oh, nice, I have a document. It's actually a part of your identity. And to claim otherwise, I think, is foolish. And so I'll tell you one thing that bothered me. For the longest time, I had an Italian passport. Not the longest time, but like I had Italian citizenship, let's call it. I didn't have the passport itself, but I had the citizenship. And I didn't know how to speak Italian. Like I didn't speak Italian at all. And then obviously I went to Italy. I lived there. Lived in a bunch of different places. Went all over Italy. Had a huge Duolingo sprint. Worked in Italy. Got my passport, like officially, and now I do speak Italian, and even though I do speak Italian, like I'm obviously not native or fluent, and as soon as I say ciao, buongiorno, people, actual Italians know that I'm not really Italian, and so even that already bothers me, like even the fact that I have a passport of a country that I'm not a native speaker of their language, even that just by itself bothers me. Now imagine if you start collecting passports and you're like, oh yeah, my kid's gonna be born here to a mom from this place and then a dad from this other place, and then we're gonna emigrate to a certain country and they're gonna naturalize there, and by the time they're like 18 they're gonna have like 10 passports. Why? Why would you want to do that? Like, I understand getting 2 passports, getting 3 passports for the diversification aspect of it, and I understand that you could in theory have different cultures in you, different identities in you. But it's one thing to be like, yeah, my mom's from here, my dad's from there, and this is a country where I'm most aligned with, so I have 3 passports. Okay, that's kind of reasonable. But to have 5, to have 8, like, we're commoditizing something that shouldn't be commoditized at all, because it's your cultural and your actual identity, you know, and yeah, I think this is pretty much going to be the end of the video. I know this was a short video, but it just deeply bothers me that people, not only do they sell citizenship, but like they sell the idea of unlimited citizenship and of just passports and citizenships as a collection, as something that you might as well get, you know, as someone. And obviously if you're rich, you can do whatever you want, but I'll end with this. Really, should you? And yeah, I'll leave that question up to you. You can answer in the comments below. I'll see you guys around.